So, what do you see? For example, you say, for example, this is against me. This is hurting me. Then you notice and say, is it possible that I thought this way? It's last time when I thought this way and I reached conclusions and judgments and evaluations. It turned out that all of this has nothing to do with reality. I mean, when I disagreed with my friend. For example, I am giving you 2 examples, and I developed my inner idea. And I developed my own whispers and feelings of anxiety and distress. And I reached a point where I thought he gave it to me because, for example, I saw that he didn't give it to me. I stopped talking to him, and I don't want to talk to him. And I remembered, look, see how your inner self creates scenarios inside you, and it also creates scenes and imaginations that serve your idea. Please think with me and understand me. Any idea with its own scenario, with its own whispers. These whispers develop themselves, okay? And you become submissive to their feelings, and they themselves create scenarios inside you, and they give you plans, and they give you imaginations, and they take you to a very dangerous stage. That's why you have to ask someone from the beginning. I am giving you another example. When you saw that your friend didn't give it to you, what did you say to yourself? This is against me. This is because you are being humble with me. This is because you are agreeing with me. This is what I want to say. This is what I want to do. Maybe, and maybe, you remember. Look at the scene that they drew for you. Your imagination. Maybe it is an imagination. Maybe it is a reality. But you are giving it meaning. You are giving it meaning. Yesterday, you saw me walking with someone who is my opponent. Okay, and who is, for example, against me. B, that means you agreed with him. That means he guided you. He taught you. That means you agreed with him. Do you see? You made him arrogant. You made him arrogant inside you, and you became his opponent and against him. May God curse him, do you see? You started to give him meaning. You started to become, from being his opponent, 2141, to being his enemy, to being a war inside you. I will show him. Okay? Okay. I will insult him. This and that. I will do this and that. I will make a report about him. Do you see? Now, the next day he saw you. He looked at you and said hello. He said, how are you? He said, how are you? What's wrong? Why aren't you greeting me? What's wrong? Why are you like this? He said, why did you come yesterday and see me? You didn't greet me. He said, I'm sorry. What time? I said, what time is it? He said, I'm sorry. I was upset and upset. He took me to the doctor, and I couldn't see in front of me, so he saw you, but he didn't see you inside him. He saw you with his eyes, but with his insides, with his concentration. He didn't pay attention to you. Do you see? So, based on the fact that it didn't happen, where did you go? You reached a war inside you, against him. Key basically is nothing. So, now we come to this situation. Your boss, is looking at you, and I don't know what, but you started to analyze. You stopped here. You said, I don't want to go in this dangerous way of analysis, because when I analyzed the incident with my friend, it turned out that my friend didn't mean it, and he didn't agree with me, with my opponents, and it turned out that he didn't agree because he is his son, and so on. So, I want to put a limit to this kind of scenario inside me. Why? Do you see? Do you see? Now, you start to observe what is inside you. This is the awareness. Hold it in your hand. Look, this is the awareness that starts to wake up, to rise, and to distinguish between things, and to distinguish between lines inside you, and to distinguish between directions inside you. I do. You see? Do you see? This is awareness. This is your development. This is your progression. This is your evolution. This is your development. Here, you are developing. Here, you are evolving. Here, you are evolving. Here, and not. Destroying and not honoring, you say? This is awareness.